Hi, I'm Nathan, or in Dutch, Nathan. Welcome to my channel. I hope you will enjoy your stay here. If you like the videos, please consider to subscribe, give it a like or react, whatever. I will share some of my passion for music with you. I will not say I know everything, so I might be wrong here and there, but I do know quite a bit about music. As you can see, I'm kind of a music lover. I've been since like the early 1980s. I've been collecting music. I've been selling music in a record store or a music store in the 1990s. And I've been working at a record label as well. Now I'm going to take you into some history of the artist named Black or Colin Vearncombe. Now Colin was known as Black, but where did that name come from? It's actually a band name originally. In like the late 1970s or early 1980s, he started a band called Black. And at some point the band fell apart, and then he chose to keep the name and just use it as his artist name. So that's where the name Black comes from. Later he decided to go by his own name, so you'll have some releases under his name of Colin Vearncombe. And also, as you will see if you look at his later releases, there is a record label called Nero Schwarz. Funny name? Yes, it is, because Nero is Italian and Schwarz is, as you may know, German. Both mean the same, actually being black. Ta-da! So, there you got some of the history about Black Colin Vearncombe. I might even pronounce his name wrong, as it's kind of a tough name for people who are not really originally English. So, sorry for that. Now, you're probably aware of the song Wonderful Life, which is his biggest hit by far. There's been some more great songs, to be honest, and I really suggest you just dig into his repertoire and find some gems that you might or maybe might not like. I will tell you some stuff about at least the first two hits that he had, and which were, as far as I know, his biggest hits pretty much all over the world. Of course, there's not Sweetest Smile. I'll get into that later. Of course, there's Wonderful Life, which is really the song that he's known for, which shouldn't make him a one-hit wonder, as this wasn't his only hit. Wonderful Life was actually recorded somewhere in 1985 the first time, which was because he was dropped by his label, which was WEA from Warner Brothers. So WEA kind of made a small mistake, I guess, because this would lead to, well, maybe it wasn't a mistake, because otherwise the song wouldn't have been there. But in 1985 he wrote Wonderful Life because he broke up with his wife. He lost his record deal, and it wasn't such a wonderful life at all. And as you probably notice when you hear the song, if you know the song, it's a kind of an ironic song. It's not meant to be really happy and, oh, it's such a wonderful life. No, that's not what it is, and that's the way he sings it as well, as he sings it in a minor key. So Wonderful Life wasn't really about life being so wonderful, and it was released on a small label called Uglyman Records in 1986. It really didn't go anywhere, but he had his friend Dickie who wrote and produced with him, and they signed to A&M Records. So A&M did understand that it was good, and they released, I think it was Sweetest Smile at first, but I might be wrong. This is the kind of thing that I'm not really on the details about, because the details are hard to find, to be honest. But as far as I remember, and as far as I can see, Sweetest Smile was his first single, and then Wonderful Life was released, which became his smash. I personally prefer Sweetest Smile over Wonderful Life. I think it's just a magical song. It's brilliant. But hey, that's me. You might not think so, and that's good. But I do want you to listen to it. So let's see. Let's have this first, dig into this song. So listen to Sweetest Smile with me. I just love this intro. It's just magnificent to me. And you can see him looking so melancholic.
I think my heart must be made of clay, 'cause everyone said it would be broken someday. And now I've come to that fateful day. So I sit on the floor with my head in my hands, and don't tell me how to make it pay.
Okay, so I really think you should just watch the whole song yourself. Find it, listen, watch it, and enjoy the music. So that was Sweetest Smile. To me, his best song, or at least one of his best songs. Back to Wonderful Life. He's re-recorded it for the 1987 version that eventually became a hit. So the original version in 1986 released on Ugly Men Records is pretty much the same, to be honest. Later in the Netherlands there was a Dutch artist who re-recorded the song. And let's just have a listen and hear the difference.
Go out to sea again. The sunshine fills my hair.
It's so sweet and lovely, as you can hear.
It's hanging in the air. Look at me standing here on my own
lovely.
again. I'm straight in the sunshine.
And then on to the chorus.
No need to laugh and cry. It's so wonderful, wonderful life. No need to run and hide. It's so wonderful, wonderful life.
Okay, so you've heard this was really a different version, a version that is all sweet and lovely. Not how Black or Colin Vearncombe actually intended it to be. Is it wrong? It's up to you. I don't think I should just, say what I think about it. It's up to you whether you like it or not. I mean, that's just a matter of taste. It's a matter of how you personally feel about it. That's all good. But it's different, and it's different from how Colin actually intended it. So, Colin actually re-recorded the song later in 2002. You can find it on this album right here. This is Any Color You Like, which is kind of like a compilation. I guess it's due to rights that he re-recorded it. The recording rights were probably at A&M, and maybe Universal didn't really want to license the songs, or it was just too hard, or they asked too much money for it. So he re-recorded the songs to put it on this album pretty easily, or at least without too much money or whatever. Who knows? And it sounds pretty much the same, but it's not exactly the same. Have a listen. Let's just go to that version. I was mistaken here, sorry. But this is the Sweetest Smile re-recording. He re-recorded both songs. And I actually think Sweetest Smile sounds pretty much the same as the original here. It's closer to the original actually than the Wonderful Live version is. There's a very distinct difference here with the clarinet.
Everyone said it would be broken someday.
And you can hear Colin's voice matured somewhat here.
With my head in my hands, and don't tell me how to make it pay.
But it does still sound pretty much the same, in my opinion. Now let's go to the re-recorded version of Wonderful Life. I couldn't find it on YouTube, so I'll go to Deezer, and here's the intro. Sounds pretty much the same, at least here, but wait until you hear this. It just sounds a bit more off, in my opinion. The sound's not as full as it is in the version that we all know. But then again, I can imagine that not everybody would hear this. I mean, it's distinct difference. Listen. It's just very, very distinct, as you probably agree. So in 2016, I was driving back with a friend of mine from an event that we had, and I heard that Colin Vearncombe had died. It was pretty much of a shock. I didn't know he was in a coma after a crash that he had in Ireland. But I don't know, somehow I didn't expect it to happen. It was pretty sad. But we do have his legacy, and really, to be honest, it's more than just these two songs. As I said, this is a kind of compilation. There's some of the old songs on there, but there's also some later stuff that I think might be just as good as these two hits. I definitely recommend you to listen to some of the songs on this album, or to dig into his catalog. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you did enjoy it. Please leave your comments here. Give it a like and maybe follow the channel. Thank you. And until next time.